everybody, welcome back to the LoFi podcast. Today we got Caleb.
Hello, everyone.
Heidi.
Yes.
And Rick.
Woo!
And you're watching the best podcast on
the internet, motherfucker.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. Today we're covering Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 3.
Was
I
that
was
two?
two. Then I changed it.
Yeah,
So 2.
Episode 3, where they added 22 more minutes to the show, man.
Did we get a name of the show?
Fuck.
Oh,
Is it The Long Night?
yeah, I think it was A Long Night.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, I think it was A Long
I
Night.
don't know that officially, but
It sounds right.
That's what we're
Sounds
referring
right.
to.
No,
it?
I'm pretty sure, because I had watched it and the second time, and I'm pretty sure it said The Long
That
Night.
makes sense.
Yeah. So today we're gonna have Caleb doing our overview today. So
our lore master, our
lore master, our
here I go
maester.
again. Here I go
Maester
again.
Caleb.
Dude, we need chains. We need to get chains for you.
Really do.
The little gray sack. Right?
Yeah,
That's what it looks like. It's like a potato sack.
that's pretty much with chains. So be warned, there will be spoilers
So
if you
many
haven't seen it.
spoilers.
I'm sure it's been like a week now, so
It's okay.
I'm sure everyone's seen it already, probably.
Yeah, if you
That
haven't
don't
seen it,
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
get out
matter.
of here. Get out.
Doesn't matter. There's, you haven't seen it, get out of here.
Yeah. Are you even
And then come back.
Unsubscribe.
And then come
And
back.
then
come back. Subscribe. Ring the bell. All that.
All right,
Okay.
man. So here we
Go
go.
hard.
Go
Fuck
hard.
it.
Go
All
hard.
right,
The
so
much anticipated episode
much
3.
anticipated. The episode we've been waiting for since season 1, episode 1, where we get
Damn.
first introduced
Yeah,
to the White Walkers, literally in the first 5 minutes.
True.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's literally all been building up to this episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So it starts off. It literally leaves off right where the last one left off. You know, where everyone's at the wall, and you see nothing. So that's a common theme in this episode, where it's really dark and it's kind of dark.
A lot of-
very intentionally.
A lot of complaints about
A
that.
lot of
too.
complaints. There's a lot of memes and complaints about that. So
Mine was fine, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We didn't really have too much of a darkness issue.
Well,
on
that's
ours.
what I forgot who tweeted or said something like in defense of the show. Like, I don't know if it was a producer or something, but said like, y'all just need better TVs, basically.
I
or
saw that,
something
and I was
that.
like,
so.
but I was like, because I didn't.
Yeah, were
notice
there
anything.
scenes that were supposed to be just black?
The
'Cause-
only time that I think, had quality issues was when my internet was being a little shitty.
Yeah.
And then all we did was switch the app, or like refresh the
And it
app, and
corrected.
it corrected, and it was totally fine.
Okay.
But
Because I imagine dark scenes like that, yeah, if your TV like gamma is off or whatever,
They're not
you
calibrated
probably see a
right.
lot of like artifacting, like the black spots, like you're not getting true like really good blacks, especially if it's a non HDR TV or 4K or whatever. Which I mean, that's what a lot of people are kind of hinging on, is it like the technicality of how that stuff looks. But honestly, I just feel like, I mean, it was poorly lit. And here's my one thing is the only night scene that I thought actually looked really good. And this is maybe just skipping ahead a second, but when John and Danny come up in like over the clouds and there's like moonlight and stuff like that, like it's dark, but you can see stuff, you know what I mean? And that I think was the most like clear it got in those kinds of shots or whatever.
Could
I
people
think that was
not
done
see?
intentional. I
I'm
don't know.
confused.
Yeah, because
we were able to see
It
everything.
looked like
No.
it looked just like a war
oh,
torn
like at
battlefield, man.
night. Yeah, they
Yeah.
had torches and shit though.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, there was enough people complaining is really the
Yeah,
only reason we're
that's
bringing
crazy.
it up or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
because I watched it because we have a projector and it's a 1080 whatever, not
Nice.
4K or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know I was like, I know for sure I'm gonna turn up the brightness. So I only turned it up like 5 notches because if it got too much, then it would whiten it out. So I was like, I'm gonna do like 5. But even then, it was kind of hard. Like when you first saw them, when there was like the wall of walkers, I'm like, oh, did I just see that? Like it was a really weird mixture of like, did I just see that or what I just see? Or even when they're fighting and I hear the slashes and I see kind of the blood, but I'm like, I can't really see
Can't
the
really make
fight.
out.
Can't really make out. Like I can kind of see it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
When I was watching it.
Also, maybe important to note is that so most of this season is like one director, and this was a time where it was actually a different director. I also known for his night scenes apparently, or for doing night stuff or something like that. I should have probably looked into it further, but because I'm not sure if he's directing later episodes, but for the most part, majority of them are directed by the guy who did 1 and 2 and the rest of them now. So I mean, who knows? Maybe it was just the directing, or I don't know.
I thought it looked good, and I think getting Because it was a bunch of like small cuts and like
Yeah.
a lot of blades clashing.
I
and
think
just,
that was my problem too. Is the quick cuts? I would have been fine with quick cuts, but since it was also dark, it was even harder to see.
I wonder if that's the extra 22 minutes that they had added, right? I wonder if it was added extra quick cuts or extra here just to kind of make it a little bit more rounded out and a little bit longer. You think?
I don't know,
know.
maybe. I don't know. Because they spent a lot of time with Brian at the end.
It was a lot of battles, and then like you had to break up the battles with like cooldowns, so it's not just battle.
Yeah, like I like you could tell for a lot of like the stuff that was happening, they tried to let a lot of the moments breathe.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like a lot of almost like cinematic little things happening in between, like the ravens flying and just kind of like literally spent like 10-15 seconds on that kind of shot or whatever, like when they're just kind of like flying out of the tree once Bron does his warg stuff or
I
whatever.
must go.
Yes!
What?
Stick them out.
God.
So yeah, sorry to skip ahead, Caleb,
No,
but
it's
yeah,
okay.
I mean,
It's
definitely
fine. It's fine.
the blackout stuff was something people brought
Yeah.
up on the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
So, the first thing you kind of see is Melisandre comes out of
Oh, yeah.
nowhere. You're like, oh, hey, yeah, I totally forgot about her.
When I saw her, I thought she was gonna be fighting on their side or something. Like it's like she was coming to let them
Yeah,
know.
it's confrontational.
I mean, because she came from where they
Yeah.
were, so I was like, oh, dude, like, did she switch sides or what happened or whatever? So
No, yeah.
That was
it was
worrisome.
weird. And then she lit the
She gave everyone fucking +1 fire damage, dude.
she gave
Hell
everyone
yeah.
flame swords, all the Dothraki,
yeah,
you assume all the Dothraki guys. And so then Jorah and all the Dothraki charge out ahead. They just start charging. And then which I thought was a cool scene. They go out and then all the little flames start to flicker as in they're just
It just gets
Get
snuffed
that was-
out, man.
yeah, that was
No
a
more
cool.
fire.
I thought
was
that was
like,
a really
oh,
cool scene. That was
man.
really cool. So
No
it's
more
still building
Dothraki.
up the moment. Like everyone's just really silent at the moment, still building up the moment.
Yeah.
So this kind of... Alright, Dothraki are kind of fucked now, right?
Yeah, there's no more Dothraki.
Well, there's still some
At all, you
across
think?
the other sea, right? With all the other
Yeah.
cons and stuff, they still have their shit.
But
like,
her army,
but
of
her
Dothraki-
Dothraki
Yeah,
are like
are gone.
fucked.
That's
Yeah.
what triggered her.
Did they do much?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
The only thing that they ever did, I think, on the show is just help her acquire the Unsullied, which then that's her real fucking army.
And then
No. Well, also
they had-
there was that one battle where they literally got up on the horses, right? When they were, I think it was the first time she had brought.
She walked through
Drogon
flame.
to, right, and that's when they had the ballista to try
Well, that's what
to
I'm
shoot
saying.
it down.
But that stuff was to acquire the Unsullied, right? So once she gets the Unsullied, like the Dothraki take a big step back, and we hardly ever hear or see much of them.
That was the only time, really, was after they had come over already, and they were fighting against. I forgot who. I mean, it's when she killed Sam's family.
Sam's
Yeah,
family.
That
Right,
whole
right.
that whole little where she came and fighting with the dragon for the first time.
The
Yeah,
loot
yeah.
train.
Like they led that charge, so you did get to see him a little bit,
Yeah.
but that was kind of really the only
wish-
time you got to
I
like
wish
see
we
him
got
do stuff.
we got to see just a bit more of them, man. Just
Yeah, for
because
sure.
in the show they're just spoken how they're like fucking insane warriors, and I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
see that
Mhm.
more of
Mhm.
that. Besides, fucking Jason Momoa, was doing his shit, was all badass, and then once he's out, it
Yeah.
kind of like dampened them. I felt.
Yeah, now
So-
he's all like, my man. Yeah, I go, okay.
Yeah.
I still need to finish watching that.
No, you don't need to. Anyways, so continuing, so all their flames flicker, and then so we're kind of like, oh, what's going on? And so we're waiting to see what happens. And then the zombies start coming. You're assuming, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And so, and they start attacking. You see a little wall of zombies. It looks kind of like World War Z.
horde.
And you're like,
World
what?
War Z style
And then
horde.
John and Daenerys kind of notice it, and then all of a sudden this like cloud of not smoke,
Mist or what would you call it? Fog?
cloud, a fog,
Maybe I'd call it a fog.
cold,
Maybe.
a cold
I
cloud.
mean, it was cold,
Cold.
but it also like messed with their vision, right?
Well, yeah, that was the whole point. It was to blur their
Yeah.
vision. So they
Winter
couldn't
was
see.
coming. That was winter, right?
I mean,
Winter's
winter's
here.
already
I mean,
here.
I think
That's
winter was. I don't know.
Winter is them.
Winter's a
Winter's
lot
already
of
here.
things. Yeah, I feel like winter's a lot of things where it's like
I
metaphorical.
thought it was a literal winter
Well, no, it is a literal winter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like.
from them. They brought winter with them.
I thought it also meant like they are winter as well, Like I thought winter is also,
So you-
winter's like considered a down season, a dead season.
Does that mean the Night King can control climate? If winter.
I mean,
that's
it
what I was
just so
thinking, some
happens
kind
that
of-
he manipulated their air fight.
Okay, so if the Night King dies, does that mean we get summer all the time?
No.
No, they still get.
Seasons are going to be seasons,
Yeah.
regardless.
They just work differently.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe the ability to control the weather, maybe something they were able to kind of do in that instance, or at least maybe not the weather, but bring some kind of fog to
Yeah.
Or it's like the
It's like
Dominican-
magic.
spell.
Magic, yeah.
Yeah.
You think he
He's magic cold air.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
Magic.
cold air?
Yeah.
Just when no one was looking.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
I mean,
That's why we didn't see him
currently
for
magic
until
exists
the
in
end.
the world, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
not
like the
beyond the realm.
Dementors. When the Dementors come, everything gets all frosty. It's the same thing with the White Walkers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Come on, Muggle.
So.
So then, so their vision's blurred, which I was also like, oh, that's super cool. Like, their vision's blurred, what's going to happen? Like, they can't help out as much. And so they start fighting, and Jorah's like, ah!
Retreat.
Retreat! And so they start fighting, the Unsullied is fighting.
Dude, the Unsullied,
Yeah, they were
man.
hardcore.
Hardcore is really good.
I think they were like the MEPs
They're,
almost.
they're
Yeah.
probably like the best organized looking army
Yeah.
like throughout the entire fucking show, man.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where they were calling like, "Hey, protect the retreat." Like, I
Yeah,
was like,
that was
"Dude, that is
hardcore.
some like
And then they're
tactics."
just
They just
slowly
slip
fucking
back.
like, dude.
They
Like
held their
letting some of
ground.
them-
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, because of them, I mean, a lot of people live.
You don't
and
even need
stuff.
nipples. Come on, dude. The Unsullied, best army, dude.
Best army.
And so John and Daenerys kind of start flaming through here and there. They kind of seeing in and out. It's kind of weird. And then I think that's when we flash to Theon and Bran, when he's like, oh, I'm going to go look at the ravens or whatever. I'm going to go. He does his little, what is it,
Warg.
warging thing.
Warg
I'm
eyeballs.
gonna go.
And so you start seeing a little bit more of the battlefield with his ravens. You're like, oh, okay, cool. And he goes up, and above the clouds, you see the Night King. You're like, oh, shoot. He's, like, watching everything happening and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I was I'm sorry, but I was just kind of hoping that when he was warging, that he was like maybe bringing something to help with the fight or something.
Which
just fucking
something,
do
man.
just
anything.
crows
He's
to
just-
attack the zombies.
I mean,
Dude.
he could warg other stuff.
I'd be down
but-
with that. That'd be fucking cool. He
Right?
just
did
Pick
it.
out-
he just summons the forest to
He
come
could have
help.
gone into a
He
dog.
could have done an
Right?
Aquaman,
Yeah.
but for the
Or to go.
The dire wolf, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, something like
which
that would
Ghost
be cool.
was there and then disappears, which was
Oh.
interesting.
I thought, we hadn't seen them in a while, so I thought it was cool that they at least show that they're
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah, yeah.
Ghost also leading that first charge or whatever.
Mhm, Ghost
Yeah.
died.
You think so?
I
I
mean,
I mean,
he
they
didn't
didn't
come
show
back.
him, but he was
He
part
didn't
of that
come back,
first
yeah.
charge.
I don't
know.
think he's dead. I think he's fine.
I bet he's still alive.
But he's still alive.
Okay. Everyone
He-
else
he-
died.
And
They-
he's
they
in
would've
the
shown
fucking
him
trailer
dying.
for the next
Oh, really?
episode. Yeah, he's
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, super.
Alright.
So then, Brienne and Jaime are out there fighting, and everyone's fighting, and you're like, it looks like it's like no hope at all.
The
Yeah.
whole
The
episode
whole
felt
episode,
like that. I was
holy
like, this
crap,
is
like,
bullshit.
there's-
I'm gonna stop watching. Like, this sucks. They didn't give you any satisfaction at all.
was
Yeah.
pretty fucking bleak.
It was fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. So they start retreating too, and then the Onion Knight's like, light the trench or whatever. He's doing his thing. He's like, they can't see. And so and I like when he's like, all right, shoot the barricade or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't light because it's so like the cold is still coming in. And I thought that was super cool. Then Melisandre comes out again to save the day, which is, she does her little,
Her half-hour spell.
her little long spell. And then
Just repeating the same.
she's repeating her little spell. Then I thought a zombie was about to get her, which I would have
Yeah.
been happy with, to be honest. Like, oh, what a sad way to go out or whatever.
She just died casting a spell.
Yeah, that'd have been kind of cool, but she didn't.
That'd
So
be
she
cool.
lit the whole thing on fire with the Lord of Light, and everyone's retreating back to the castle, back to Winterfell, and then all the zombies stop in one little line, which is like, okay, right on, interesting. And then, so at the same time, John and Khaleesi are still like they're like bumping into each other at times, which I was confused. I was like,
Yeah.
are they bumping
It's
into
like
each other?
they're
Like,
uncoordinated.
They don't-
Yeah,
That's
they
what
were
it's
like
supposed to
super
be.
like.
It's just
Well, 'cause
chaotic.
that's
and
not part of the plan.
The plan is falling apart.
Yeah,
I think
completely.
What that's supposed to be.
Even their plan or whatever.
They were supposed to wait for the Night King, and she couldn't after she saw the Dothraki die, because those are her people.
Yeah. Yeah.
She jumped the gun.
She
She
got
jumped
on a
the
dragon.
gun. Freaking jumped the gun, you know. So yeah, they're uncoordinated. They're doing their thing, and so I think they see the flames from the.
She definitely did. That's how
I
she
know,
got back.
yeah, John did too, right? I mean,
John-
because
they
he's
saw
over there
the
protecting
flames.
Bran at that point, or at least sitting on that perch with his
Yeah,
dragon.
he was at first, and then I think he left. That's when he left to go help them.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, so they see the flames. They start coming down, and the Night King. He's like he gives his little go ahead, and then zombies start dropping.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
They start
Just
making
like
a
smother
little.
the fire and make a little
fucking
walkway.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, with their
oh, that's
bodies.
so crazy.
Yeah.
No way.
They're crazy. They're
And so
unstoppable.
then they start crossing
zombies,
the
We don't win.
they start crossing the flames, and they start climbing the walls just like World War Z. I don't know, that's the best example I could think of, really.
Yeah. But a
But-
better version, because I don't know, that World War Z stuff where they're just like
It's my
moving
favorite
as
zombie
this
movie.
one wave. God damn it. God damn it. It's a neat idea.
Almost got me.
What?
But I enjoyed that they were struggling to climb the walls. It's not like they were just like, oh, we're ants, we're gonna climb up on each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
They actually were struggling to get up there, which slowed that horde from overcoming them or whatever.
And I like how they showed the
Fair enough.
variation of zombies as well, where it was like a full like
Oh yeah, it's like a
human
skeletal
zombie and like a
and-
skeletal zombie. Like
Yeah.
they're like that was a good variation of zombies
Yeah,
too.
it's kind of like it shows you like, hey, it's not they're not just zombies, like they're dead, they're the undead or whatever. So it could be any matter of type of whatever decay or whatever, but at the end of the day, they're all undead. They don't even have to necessarily like be zombies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was super cool.
Yeah.
So then I believe at this point, the dragons start fighting with the Night King.
Yeah.
Yeah, they start fighting each other, and like the Night King's like throwing his spear. I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's gonna die.
Dude, yeah, when he was like getting ready, I was like,
I was like, oh no, like what's gonna happen? I thought he killed Khaleesi at first because he like swung right by her, and then her dragon. It's either her dragon or Jon's dragon. I can't remember because it was so dark.
I think it was hers that kicked him off.
No, that bit the other dragon in the neck.
Oh,
That was
okay.
Jon.
okay.
That was John.
That was
John's
John's.
Yeah.
dragon and
John's
his dragon.
Yeah, so that was a super cool scene. I was like, oh sweet. I thought I was dead at that point too.
Does Jon's dragon die?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say no because they
I don't
showed
think
him
so.
landing, and that's when John dropped off. But
I think
there was
they
nothing
also
wrong with
had
him. He just had like a
Two dragons
crash
in the
landing.
preview for the next one.
Yeah,
But the undead one's dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Avi.
No,
Yeah.
he did
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dead.
because he made him.
at the end.
Spoilers
He
for
showed him.
further what happened in the end.
I mean, if you're watching this, you're
You
in for
already
spoilers.
saw it.
Spoilers
Yes,
to our
spoilers.
own time. No, whatever.
So then that fight happens, but at the same time, we have all the zombies. They're coming up the wall, and everyone's getting ready for that fight. And then so they start coming over, and everyone starts fighting. Everyone's fighting, and it's crazy. And then Arya's doing her moves. She splits her spear in half.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to see her
Yeah,
weapon.
that was cool.
Yeah.
And she was like doing her thing. And I was like, right on.
So I didn't get a good look at the fucking spear, but it's sharp on one end. On the other end, is it just blunt or does it?
No.
I
it also-
thought it was blunt.
I think from where she took it apart, it looked like there was another dragon
On the
glass in
inside?
it. Yeah, so it's almost like it was two little medium-sized spears now.
Ah, so if the spear is like hidden
So
on
it was
the
like a
inside of the
Nightwing thing.
Yeah.
It was just like a
Yeah.
thing. And
That's at least from what I saw. That's what it looked like to me.
So yeah, so that was cool. Seeing her fight by herself, and I was like, oh, that's super awesome. That's all I wanted, whatever. And then weird note, I don't know if you guys saw the after Game of Thrones, but there's a scene where she hits her head and she falls down, right?
Yeah.
And supposedly the writers are like, oh, that's when she loses some of her powers when she hits her head. And I was like, what? Like, I just assumed
Well, she's
she was.
not at 100%.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's what
Oh,
they
they
meant to
meant.
say
Oh,
was
okay, I
that
was
she was
confused.
like,
Yeah.
like
It
it
was-
slowed her or hindered her. or
stamina,
whatever.
Oh,
like,
okay. That was a
physically.
weird way of saying it.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
I
was like,
agree.
okay, I understand it that way.
Yeah.
So she goes and she goes to run, and you kind of skipping ahead, but she goes to run and hide. But at the same time, the Hound and Beric, or the Hound isn't fighting anymore because he's again scared of the flames. Like he's like, I can't do it, and also we're dead.
Mhm.
We can't win this.
Fucking true.
And Beric was like, come on. He's like,
But not.
He's like, will you at least save her? And then he sees her like go in the tower or whatever. I was like, all right, right on. So everyone's still fighting. Like it's,
Here's my 2 cents about that. So, you know, they talk about adding 22 minutes to the show, and I feel like maybe some of it went to that because it was this very like slower pace. Like there's all this chaos happening outside, but all of a sudden there's just this very quiet like hide and seek little portion to it where I felt like I think an editor probably normally would have cut that stuff out or made it very, very shorter.
I think it was how you was saying.
They did it to break apart.
Did
Oh
it
no,
to
of
kinda
course,
give
yeah.
that little
There's an ebb and flow.
ebb
I
and
mean,
flow.
yeah, you can only take like pure just fighting, you know, before it gets boring or whatever. Like, I mean, I totally get that. I feel like if they added 22 minutes, it would have been to something like that where all of a sudden this, you know, very slow pace hide and seek thing. If I had to guess where that time went into, I would say it would be into this stuff. It's like the whole Arya, Hound, and Barrack stuff in this little section. Like, I bet you that's where the majority of it
Splinter
went
Cell scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, that's the scene we're talking about, which is the next scene, anyways. Yeah,
Yeah.
the scene where she's hiding from all the zombies. She's trying to. I like how
Very
she's.
video
just-
game.
I like how she's scared too. Like
Just
she's
back and
legitimately.
forth,
She's
like,
like, I'm not gonna go head on. She's smart about it. She's like,
It's
I'm
a
not even gonna,
horde.
I'm
She
not gonna
can't.
head on to 10 of these guys.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's
I'm
smart.
gonna
Like, she
just-
can't kill all of them. Like,
Yeah.
she's an assassin. She's not a, I don't know, like a
Berserk.
brute,
Yeah.
who can
Yeah.
just take on like 10 of them at once or whatever.
Which, yeah, even though it may have slowed it down, I really, really like that scene because then
Yeah.
it became kind of a horror type
Yeah.
scenario. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, this is like
The
legit
vibe
scary.
is scary. Everyone's
Yeah.
dying. It's fucking scary. Everyone's scared. No
Yeah.
one. It's fuck that
And
episode.
it's dark.
Yeah, it's
And
dark.
It's dark. Which in that scene I could see everything
Yeah.
in the
That's
dark.
Great.
Yeah. So, so she's going around, and the Hound and Barrack come just in time to sort of save her, at least get her out of there. And I was confused because I thought she went into a tower, but she was like in Winterfell.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so too. I was
So
thinking
I
the same
guess they
thing.
kind of just assumed that she was on.
She was in some part
Man.
of the castle or whatever, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Barrack, dude, just taking all
Yeah,
those
man.
fucking hits,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
I thought, and that,
all
like,
those fucking hits, dude.
and I thought once he was in that hallway, arms down there, like just
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I was
it,
like, he's done.
I was
He's
like,
done.
he's done. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
dude.
He still comes through.
I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy won't die. Lord of Light,
The
man.
Lord Light.
Lord of Light.
Right.
So that was his purpose then, huh?
To get her
To get
to
Arya
safety.
to safety.
Which
That
is
was
purpose
his role in.
is something
Lord
I
of
want
Light's
to talk
thing.
about later.
Purpose.
Okay.
Purpose.
All right.
So that happens. We go back to the battle. We'll go back to where the dragons fall, or Jon falls on the ground. Right.
Oh, that's right.
It's him and the Night King fall. He starts chasing the Night King. Right. He's like, I gotta do this. I gotta go. And I'm like, oh, like please let this be a good fight or whatever.
Yeah.
But nope. The Night King turns around and raises the dead.
Yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
fucked
oh,
up. That was-
such a
If
good
If you weren't
scene.
already like,
Which,
Yeah.
like,
just-
as soon as the Night King started something, I would be like, fuck that. I'm running the opposite direction.
Yeah.
He's running, like, towards him, like, dude,
I was like,
no,
just
you're
run
not gonna
past
have
him.
time.
Just run past him. Just keep going.
that's the
Just
only
don't
way
stop.
they win is if
Yeah.
he dies. Like
Yeah.
literally, it's that or actually die. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So I thought that was such a good scene. And then at the same time, the people in the crypt start raising from the dead. They start coming out of their little
I
tubes.
was mad about that.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, oh, dude.
Why?
Because I thought of it more as like he has to turn them. He didn't turn them.
Well, no, he just raises the dead.
You have told that to me, and I'm like, all right, whatever. That's where I just have to let it go. I
No,
guess.
he
Yeah,
raises
no.
the dead.
It's
He
the
doesn't
whole thing.
have to turn them.
You kill one that turned them. That's how they die. It's a turning game. That's how
Nah.
zombies have always worked.
they're
That's
not
how they're not
zombies.
zombies. They're rights. Or
They're whites.
Whites.
W-I-G-H-T.
Yeah.
That.
It's like if I threw a healing potion and it healed all of us. It's the same thing. It's if he throws a zombie raising, it raises all the people who's around in that vicinity.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's
So I had
raising
to
the
throw
vicinity.
away my.
So I didn't realize. So they were coming out of the
Crypts.
crypts
The
also?
crypts.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
This is, I mean, there was
No,
a,
they
a
didn't
Ned
break
Stark in
through
there
because
somewhere.
no,
He doesn't have a head.
Oh, true.
yeah, he wasn't there. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think
probably
they
not.
sent him back to
Does that mean
Winterfell.
Lyanna
It
Stark
could have
came
been.
back?
It could
I
have
think
been.
Lyanna
They had her
Stark.
body.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't show any noteworthy
Oh, yeah.
zombies, but
Yeah.
technically, yes, you're right. That's what I was thinking as soon as it happened too. I was
like
like, oh
you
man,
thought they were safe.
Starks are coming to fuck shit up.
Yeah, I just figured
No one's
because, you know, there was already whites in there having killed people, so I figured the people who are now dead in there were coming back, not
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
the people in the crypts. I didn't catch that.
All that.
No, yeah. it
Yeah,
was
they were
all
actually
in
breaking
crypts.
out of their
Yeah,
little
okay.
Yeah.
tombs or
The
whatever.
So it Both of those things.
Yeah,
It's fucked.
Yeah.
The whole
That's
episode was
just
fucked.
fucked.
He's just OP, dude. He's
I gave up, dude.
Ray's dead.
I gave up. I was like, okay, all right, fine, just kill everybody. I'm mad now.
I was like, I'm not gonna watch anymore. Good one. Game of
Good
Thrones.
one,
You lost
Game
a
of
viewer. So pissed.
Returning all your merch.
So like those people like start dying, like no one comes to save them, like legit, like it's not a happy thing. Like people start getting killed, and then Sansa and Tyrion have a little moment where they're just like they're behind a tomb. And I'm like, I really like that moment. Like
Yeah.
they had like that mutual like thing, respect for each other, I guess.
You know what I thought was gonna happen?
What?
Because they both like bring out like their little daggers.
Kill each
I
other?
thought they were gonna kill each other. I was like, yeah. I was like, they're like, this is it. Like this is the end. And they're like, I don't know if they're gonna help do it to each other or something. I was like,
That's
themselves?
crazy.
dude, yeah. I was like,
Suicide
you would have
pact?
done that.
Yeah, but I'm not them. They wanted to fight since the beginning. I thought they were gonna go charging out there, but they
Yeah, I
didn't even
guess
do
so.
that. But that's how scared they were.
That's
'cause-
what I thought was gonna happen. I was like, no, dude, don't tell me they're gonna kill themselves. Like shit.
Yeah. So then they move along, and then you see Lord Varys is still alive.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up was like Varys had like no lines. You think like for being such a prominent character in like a lot of the last stuff, you would have at least had something or some kind of wisdom or a
I
line
think
or
he's
something.
going to have a lot more in the upcoming episodes.
I bet he
of
will.
What
Yeah.
happens afterwards?
I bet
Because
he
I
will.
feel like his, advice on government and all that shit
Yeah.
is going to really help out.
Yeah. But yeah, I was kind of sad that he had like nothing. It was just like looks, like just.
So then after that, Jon is like running to Winterfell. Oh yeah, because Daenerys comes and she
Yeah.
saves
Oh yeah,
him.
saves him.
Saves him.
Yeah. So he's running to Winterfell, and my favorite scene when he runs into Winterfell, sees all the zombies, sees everyone fighting, and sees like he's like, I can't help you. Like I can't. Like he sees
Yeah.
Sam.
Dude, yeah, when he
Yeah.
when he
Yeah,
just
dude.
let Sam, I was like,
He's like,
no.
I can't. I was like,
Sam
I
was on
really-
the floor the
He's
whole
just
time.
fucking-
He's never not on the
Just
floor.
stabbing fucking bodies behind him.
I'm surprised he lived.
Yeah. So I loved how he saw his friend. And he's like, I can't. Like I have to go.
Yeah.
And he sees Brienne and Jamie, and I don't think he sees anyone else.
Brienne
And
fucking
he
got
sees-
it like
Hound,
3
I think? Or no,
times.
was it Hound?
He
or
sees
Yeah, dude.
Gendry and
Well, that's what it was.
It was
Grey
Gendry
Worm.
and Tormund.
Tormund.
They were
Oh,
on top
Tormund,
of the
yeah.
mountains.
Dude, they had their
With
own
the war axes.
mounds of
Yeah.
dead bodies that they're standing on, fighting off more
They're
fucking
hardcore.
things,
I
dude.
love them.
They each had their own pile. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to see all them
It's
fighting together and
fucked.
him just being like, I can't
He's like,
help it.
"Nope."
He's like, I have to go. So he keeps going, and all of a sudden that dumb dragon comes back, it's like, flame and everything. He's like, I
Hellfire.
can't do anything.
You know what? That would have been pretty cool because it had that like open kind of wound in its neck. I thought like when I was gonna shoot fire, it would just kind of start coming out the side
did
of
a
it.
bit.
It did, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
a
Kinda,
little
it
bit.
like
was, when it was
out of his
shooting,
mouth.
it did
Okay,
have
okay.
a
Yeah.
little discharge coming out of the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
I
was
couldn't tell it was too dark.
So then,
That's crazy.
so then Daenerys lands on the ground. I don't remember why.
The zombies were on her dragon. Oh.
No, she
No,
landed.
she came
She
to...
fell off because
No, she
she
stayed there after she
helped John.
Yeah,
And
she
then
stayed
they
on the
Oh,
swarmed
that's
the
right.
dragon.
She stayed there. She was like
Yeah, she's admiring
looking at John,
there,
like
Yeah.
looking at his butt. Like,
that's
oh,
my man.
That's
Good
my
job.
man.
And then
You
fucking...
go, and then zombies.
They were all stabbing him.
Yeah,
Dude, that
that
episode
was brutal.
sucked.
Yeah, and so I loved how the dragon was smart enough. He was like, "Get off!"
Fucking
Yeah.
And he was,
shake
like,
them off. They're
shaking
like
'em off.
fucking ants, dude.
I was like,
It's
"Ah,
awesome.
dude, I thought the dragon was gone for sure."
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
He's not. Spoilers.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So and then Jorah comes to save her, and they're fighting
Yes.
together. And I was like, "Oh, it's so cool."
Ultimate
Yeah,
friend
man.
zone, dude.
Ultimate friend zone.
He loved her.
Jorah goes out the way he would have wanted to.
For real.
Yeah, I'll just stay on that because they jump back and forth a lot. So yeah, they're fighting together, and of course, but Jorah dies. He gets stabbed. He's like
Lots of times.
Too many times.
Lots
Too
of
many
too many
times.
times.
He did what he could, man.
Yeah, he did what
Not
he
more than
could.
Barrack though. Barrack was
Honestly, I'm surprised he
Barrack
lasted
took
this
more,
long, considering like all the stuff that's happened. Like
For
I
love.
mean, what he
sur-
went through.
survived
Grayscale.
grayscale and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So
Good guy,
then we go back to Arya in the hall room with the Hound, and Barrack is dead, and Melisandre's there conveniently, and she says, "You know, I told you whatever. You shut the eyes of green eyes, and whatever
Maybe
eyes,
blue
Brown eyes,
Blue eyes.
green eyes, and blue
eyes." She's like, bum, 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 bum. No, so she does her thing, and then we go. I think that's it for the battle. Yeah, because John's still trying to get out, and he's like, he can't move because the dragon's there.
Yeah.
And so the Night King reaches Bran, Oh, all the little people die
Oh,
around.
dude, yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
that's
fucking what's his face?
Well,
Theon.
Theon charges in. He know. Oh, well, stop skipping ahead, man. I'm
Yes,
getting
Frank.
there.
Shit.
I'm getting
You're
there.
talking about the courtyard. I said Theon.
Yeah. So everyone except Theon and Bran are dead.
Yeah.
And all the White Walkers, which did nothing, and the Night King is there, and Bran comes back, and he's
From
like,
nothing.
Theon, you're a good man or whatever, and like I feel like he knew he had to say that in order for Theon to kind of like still buy time or.
I think it was to let him know, like, because he knows he's about to die, and I think he's trying to give him something, like, so he doesn't feel. I mean, he's been trying to redeem himself too. I think, he still has that guilt waiting.
Has he been redeemed?
I think
I
so.
think so. I think by now.
I think so.
Bran's okay with it, and
He
he
saved.
fucking
After
destroyed
after
Bran.
becoming Reek, he's done stuff like
No!
save Sansa.
No.
He saved his sister. Right. He's now trying to protect Bran and like gave his life to protecting Bran. You know what I mean?
But
Like.
he kind of put in motion a lot of this shit.
He didn't kill
Was it
Rickon or
worth-
Bran.
Yeah,
He
he,
just
never
burnt
actually killed
Winterfell.
He fucking took
He
Winterfell.
killed them, but not Bran or Rickon.
Well, only for like
Because
a
he
day
couldn't find
anyways.
them. He would have if
Yeah,
he found them.
fucking would have.
And he only did it for like a day anyways, because then
King for a day.
freaking...
Yes.
Nah, man. Well, I not redeemed for me.
You don't think
Nah.
after what Ramsay did to him that,
Nah, man.
fuck,
Nah,
because
dude.
Ramsay fucked him up.
Ramsay fucked him
Yeah.
up good.
I love
good.
Ramsay.
Good.
I miss Ramsay.
But no, man, I don't think Theon was redeemed at all.
I felt it, man, and I'm
if
one
Theon
who's
killed
like,
the Night King, I would have said okay.
That's
he's redeemed.
crazy.
He's redeemed. That's not what it would take. I'm just saying that would have been one of the things that would have redeemed him in my eyes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But nah, man, just him standing there, Legolas in it until.
There's a line right
Nah,
here.
man, there was no. He wasn't
Who
even.
felt he was redeemed.
He didn't even like, what's dead may never die. He didn't even nothing. He was just like, just ran over there. That's not. It took no balls to do that. He didn't even have balls, right?
Hey,
He could have
he
ran.
ran to the Night King.
He could have ran away.
man.
He could have ran
He could have ran away.
He had plenty of space.
He didn't
He
have
could
to-
have killed
didn't-
Bran just
He
for the
didn't
fuck
even
of
have
it.
to go back to Winterfell. He could have stayed with his fucking sister at the
Yeah,
Iron Island.
he
True.
could have.
He didn't
Not
have to be
redeemed.
there at all.
He
Not
knew he
redeemed.
was gonna die. He was like, I'm probably gonna die. I want to die there.
Was
Yeah.
not a.
Home.
Was not nah.
Want to buy? Yes. He said at home.
At home.
Nah.
Nah.
Anyway,
Fuck
so
Theon.
Theon dies.
Yeah, so
The Night
Theon
King
dies.
just kills him, right?
Yeah,
And then the Night King does the long walk to Bran
The strut.
during the long night.
during the long night. And then he stands at Bran for a long time, draws his sword, and then Arya comes at him. I thought he killed her at first, to be honest. When he grabbed her in the throat, because he has those long nails.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna like just freeze her fucking head.
Yeah, I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
But no, she dropped it and then stabbed him in the stomach, and he was dead, and it was all over. No
That's it.
moss, white
No
walkers,
more White Walkers.
That's crazy.
Who did she use that trick on before?
Brienne,
Right? Yeah.
when they're training.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Because when she was first using the dagger when they were training, and she does where she got her, but she drops it, and then she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I got you here.
Oh, okay.
She's the
Interesting.
best.
And then that's pretty much it.
That's
The
it.
end of the episode. Melisandre walks into the desert and dies.
I didn't get that. I didn't get where she did that.
Does she die?
She
I think-
died.
Yeah, she
She
died.
turned into an
I
old
think
lady
because she
and
served
died.
her purpose.
Yeah, she
But
served
what
her
was-
purpose.
I mean,
Her
what's
purpose-
his face served his purpose in protecting Arya, but she stood in a room. She lit their flames.
I mean, maybe the words that she gave her before.
oh, to
Yeah,
tell her
it
to
wasn't,
go.
It wasn't until she mentioned
gave
Blue
her
Eyes.
prophecy and shit like that. I mean, she played her part in the whole.
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, let's not forget. I mean, it from the beginning until now, she's been doing things right until now.
She had what's his name?
Gendry,
No, the
Beric,
uncle.
Uncle.
Stannis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Stannis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she's always been a weird character for me.
But
'cause
yeah, she like
I never knew, because half the time she was like wrong, and then half the time she was
changing
right.
sides.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know what to feel
didn't-
about her.
Well, because
Like,
didn't they talk about like how you interpret right what you see and stuff like that? Like it's not 100%, but I mean, she was trying to interpret what the visions were bringing her and stuff like that. When they were talking about that one time.
I
Was
mean,
that
yeah,
when they
they've
were doing
mentioned
the
that a
leeches?
couple of times, but I don't.
I don't know.
No, they've
It's
said
been
that
a
a
while,
couple of
man.
times, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about her because
she killed the little girl.
She killed a little girl.
She's
for
not redeemed.
Literally no reason.
Not redeemed.
She's not redeemed.
Not redeemed.
All right,
redeemed.
not redeemed.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, fuck her.
And that's it. The end of the episode.
Yeah, man, that was a crazy.
So what
crazy
how did y'all
episode.
feel about Arya killing the Night King?
It felt quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too quick.
I feel like a battle with the Night King should have been a fucking awesome duel between Jon Snow and the Night King, or someone else.
I
and the Night King.
completely agree with you. 100%.
I understand the wanting to surprise you by
Yeah.
making it quick, but I feel like if from episode 1,
That's why I
if
brought
it's
that up.
all coming up to this point, I feel
This
like
is
it should
Doomsday.
have been at least a more drawn out fight.
Yes,
or something.
I completely agree. Like, I have no problem with Arya killing him.
Yeah.
It's just the way it happened. Like, at least, I would have rather had Jon and him fight for a little bit, and then maybe Arya come out and kill him. Whatever, cool. I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like and then it's done. Like,
I
the
mean-
whole series up to one episode, and that's it.
To see Arya go up against the Night King, like, one-on-one,
I would
Like,
even
in a
been
straight
happy
fight?
with that.
would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool too. But yeah, but then I kind of think too, it's like
Because then all her training pays off that she fucking took, right?
But
Yeah.
then
Sword dancing.
she's an assassin. She's not,
Well,
know,
right,
like
but
it's
she
a quick,
learned
sneaky
how-
death.
She
I
learned
know she
sword
did.
fighting. She learned.
But if
all
this
this
whole
other stuff.
episode was
Not
an hour
today.
and 20 minutes of just fucking shit on shit on shit, then it's like, all right, there's your little satisfaction. They did win, but at what cost? Everyone fucking died. Like, it's just a little. It needed to be just a little.
I would have preferred more action.
More action.
The whole episode was action.
But it wasn't though. It was
Remove
again,
some of that action and give me more of this action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
because
tell them
a lot of that action was a lot of them being like, we're being defeated. That was the action. It wasn't
It was-
a lot.
I mean, it was made to look bleak as fuck.
Yeah,
But then,
no hope.
but then it was, hope.
But
just real
so
quick.
here's my problem too: is, I mean, obviously the series isn't over, but why was Jon brought back to life? Because I thought his whole thing, his whole purpose was to defeat
He's gonna
the
be
Night
the king.
Is he though?
Maybe that's his purpose. We don't know. We have to keep
Yeah, we
watching.
don't know yet. But until then, it's like, why
Yeah,
was
it
he
does
brought
make
back
a
to
good
life?
point because, right, he was supposed to have been brought back for purpose.
Yeah.
So what's his purpose?
To serve as king.
Well, you know what? If it wasn't for him, I mean, Daenerys and all the Unsullied wouldn't have been there. Like, Night King
True.
would have trampled them.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like nothing.
I guess.
So, I mean, he did still play a part, even if he wasn't the one dealing the final blow.
Yeah, I
um,
guess.
I'm
Or
like,
at least have them fight a little bit because
No, for
they've
sure.
been at each other
I
for
would've
so
liked that.
long.
Yeah.
Because even when he was in the wildling side and in the ocean, when he sees them, when he
Yeah.
first sees them raise the dead, and then even when he goes over again in the ice, he's almost there. Like they almost fought so many times, and then they don't
Mhm.
even fight. I'm like,
yeah.
I
It
was,
was like
I
a
was
very, like,
disappointed.
you, right? Like, they're calling each other out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna, I'm
I
gonna
was
get you
disappointed
later.
that they never actually got to fight.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
just-
yeah. I
that's
mean,
just-
even when he was charging and he raised the dead, right? And he never had that
Yeah.
opportunity, that kind of stuff. Like, I'm okay with Arya doing it,
You're
like you
just
said.
happy it was Arya.
Yeah, I'm just happy it's over.
No,
I'm just
I mean-
happy it's over. That episode fucking sucked.
I mean, I kind of honestly, I would have liked that battle to span episodes or something like for
Or
every
episode and a
the
half.
culmination of everything to end in just one episode. I felt
think
like,
it's interesting because that was supposed to be the big battle that ends humanity. Like it's the dead versus the living, and
Yeah.
then it ended in one night.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
my gripe.
That's the other
Yeah.
problem too. Is
Yeah.
like it's doomsday. Literally, the winter has come. This is the big winter.
Literal apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think had they taken a longer break or whatever, right? Given George
Without Cersei.
giving George R. R. Martin like more time to write stuff or whatever.
Or
I mean, because this
written a better episode.
or that. But what I'm saying is they were only given fucking 8 episodes this season when all of them
Which,
have been
okay,
at least 10.
I don't
right?
understand that either.
Yeah,
They're the
same.
most popular TV show. They have all the monies.
Yes.
Why can't they do 10 episodes?
I
Assuming
agree.
talent schedules.
Time.
And
Okay.
Stuff.
So-
that would be my assumption.
Like maybe
That
is that a
makes
money issue
sense.
then?
I'm not Hollywood, but
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
And then George R. R. Martin still is there, so
He's still
maybe
writing.
he was
still
also.
has 2 more books. to
That's
put
why,
out.
like maybe he
Man,
was like, hey, maybe you
That's
chill.
gonna be fucking awesome to see what really happens.
That's the thing I'm thinking is like if you want the real
See,
true ending, you're gonna have
I'm
to read
wondering
books
how
anyway.
Theon might, if he redeems himself in the books, it might be way fucking better
Go to the books.
than him just fucking pike running at someone.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
that's my only kind of complaint
Yeah,
overall.
I agree.
Just-
More than the Dark Knight being able to see stuff, it was just it ended
know,
quick.
what we didn't
and
talk
in one
about?
episode. What?
The giant killing, what's her face?
Oh,
yes.
yeah, man. what was her Mormont?
Lana Mormont, right? Was it Lana or Liana?
Liana Mormont?
No, it was.
It's with an L. I know that.
Maybe it's Leanna.
Lady Mormont.
Lady Mormont.
Lady Mormont.
I thought that was cool.
That fucked me up.
Yeah, man. When he like swats her aside, I was just like, all right, she's done,
She's
right?
dead.
She got Yamcha'd. She's just fucking done.
Yamcha.
Yeah, dude. She's just out, right?
Yeah.
But and then she came back, and I was like, oh fuck, she's gonna die.
Yeah.
As soon as she stood back up, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect you to fucking kill him though. I was
She
like,
killed
That
the
was
giant
cool.
all by
yeah, dude.
herself.
And she went out like killing a fucking giant.
that
like,
was really
I think
good.
they gave her due.
Sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny, like because they mentioned right in the behind the scenes stuff that she was only supposed to be a one scene character. I love that they brought her back over and over.
Yeah, and then
She's
she comes
cute.
back. She opens her
Yeah,
eyes.
Her little
yeah.
blue
She opens her
eyes.
eyes and stuff. There's those memes already out there. Some guy crying when she opens her eyes and stuff. But yeah, man, I think I wanted more out of it. Right? I mean,
For sure.
I don't know if it would have been as bleak if they extended it. I really don't know, but for the culmination of the entire show leading up to them actually finally coming, and then for them just to get stopped at Winterfell or whatever, that was kind of. I mean, it
Right?
feels a little
Like-
rushed.
Well, and like I
They
said,
didn't even get that far down the fucking continent, right? They just, and then they got
had
stopped
Arya.
here.
It was last
Oh.
Parth and
and like I
They had
said,
Arya.
the very first scene of episode 1 is them meeting the White Walkers.
Yeah.
That's the very first scene.
yeah.
So like it's built up since the beginning.
Yeah.
And then so then I have the other question is why did they take the babies? What did they do with them? Were they the little White Walker men, the soldiers?
They were eating them, weren't they?
No, dude, they
Or
were turning them.
Oh, that's right. That's
Remember,
right.
because he had them and
Yeah.
he would turn and their
Maybe
eyes-
that's how they turned them into those generals.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's
Yeah,
what
right?
it's-
I mean, but I don't know. I'm just assuming that they never
That's
explain
pretty
it,
Yeah,
good.
maybe I'm.
I
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
I'm
which I
assuming
don't
too.
like. I don't like how I had to
I like it.
assume what happened.
Sounds
Well, I
good.
mean, it's
Sounds
not,
good.
I mean, the books aren't done.
Yeah, honestly,
So,
the other, I think the other sad thing to this whole thing.
So we might not get the actual fucking story.
well,
Unless
yeah,
they
You
were
can
to
assume
remake
this
it.
isn't even canon. Like this is.
Yeah, this stuff is not fucking
Yeah,
canon.
exactly.
They
So
have
don't be
an
mad, just watch.
idea. Yeah, I'm
You
not.
know you're
I'm
gonna
not
read the
mad.
books.
I'm not mad.
If the
I'm
books
just
come
saying.
out.
Oh, that's a different way to interpret it. Like, just do that. What an interesting outcome.
yeah.
Christ.
Crazy in Spanish. I thought they were gonna do more with like the whole fairy beginning of the world stuff or
Oh.
something. Maybe they were
I
gonna
mean-
explain the sigils that they've been, the spiral they've been doing.
Yeah,
Well, yes,
know,
that's
I
gonna be the thing. I just
The
thought
joke.
in video form would have hoped they would have done something.
Okay, do you think we're gonna have 2 more episodes of talking and another battle?
I think it's probably what? How
'Cause
many
I
episodes we have left? 4?
3.
Because the next one's also an extra 20
There's
minutes
7
long,
total?
right?
There's 6 episodes.
6 episodes. So we got
3
So
more
that's
episodes.
already halfway.
3.
Weren't there 2
10.
episodes that had an extra 20 minutes though?
No, there
No,
was
just this
58
one.
minutes.
Just this one.
Just this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The other ones were an hour long. This one was what, an hour and
82
20?
minutes.
82 minutes. Yeah.
So you think they wrap it up with another battle and then what
The
happens
final
afterwards?
episode
I don't think they're
can
gonna
be
spend a whole
battle.
episode in epilogue.
Well, they have to do.
Yeah, I would
Cer-
prefer an epilogue.
So Cersei
Sure.
has to unleash the catapult onto a fucking dragon, right?
yeah, they built that up too.
They built it up.
You
and it's
see
even
it
in the
little-
fucking intro.
Yeah, you see it in the intro.
Yeah.
So she's got to try and shoot a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
So
how you
might
defeat
kill
her.
one.
There's going to be a semi-fight at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to
And
be.
then, do you think they do a whole epilogue thing, or do you think it ends with someone's ass touching the throne?
Talking battle talking.
Just
Yeah.
that shot.
That's a
I
pretty
would
good
love
shot.
Fade to black.
Damn it.
Talking battle talking. I think that's right.
Talking battle talking.
Yeah.
That's
I
how I
think
would
so.
prefer it.
Yeah,
think-
Yeah.
me too.
I think that's the way
That's
it should
the
go.
best. Yeah, but I don't know.
And then,
Yeah.
and then
I would be pissed
they
if it's
should,
talking battle.
That'd
and
be
then-
crazy.
And then they do like 10 endings, like Lord of the Rings style.
10 endings.
10 endings.
In different regions.
Just fading out.
Sam
fading
and
out.
Gilly.
Just, yeah. Sam
Gay
and Gilly
worms.
This one
somewhere.
has water breathing.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
And
man,
obviously,
we'll see
the
what
next one's talkie. It's a talkie episode.
Talkie.
Probably. Yeah, it's planning, right? They're going to probably start
We need to catch our
moving out that
breath.
way.
I mean, they're
The
gonna
shit.
they're gonna be pissed at Cersei, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch didn't come.
They're
I
going
think-
after her.
And I think if they can kill the Night King and the Undead, like Cersei should be nothing to them.
Right.
I think after this, what's the next thing they have to do? John and fucking Danny need to figure out
talk it out.
what's going to happen between them and who's going to fucking govern what
Yeah.
before they go down to King's Landing and fuck with Cersei.
Yeah. they'll
Because
probably
now
talk
they have
before.
all the time in the fucking world, right?
Sansa will be easier to talk to. She
Because
saw them.
Winter's gone,
Yeah.
right?
I think Winter's still there.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
White Walker's
The
dead,
threat.
Frank.
The threat is
The
gone.
threat's
That
gone.
is gone.
Okay. Now they can sit down, formulate battle plans, and do whatever the fuck they want
get
to
ready.
take the
Yeah.
Iron Throne back.
Yeah.
Now they have fucking Jaime with them, and they have everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Everyone.
just Cersei versus. I mean, Cersei and the.
Cersei versus the world.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
but
what
she's
it
got.
is.
She's got. The
Everyone's her
fucking,
enemy.
Yeah.
They were saying that.
Born dudes, right? She's got Euron.
The Golden Company.
Golden
She's got
Company.
The
Euron,
Golden Company
Oh.
and you're on.
Fleet, and she's got the Golden Company,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Yes.
Is that it?
That's
But
it.
then the
And Lannisters, obviously.
But no elephants.
No elephants.
No.
That's it. Against what? Danny, John, everyone in Winterfell.
Unsullied.
Unsullied.
What small
What's
remaining
left of
Dothraki.
the
Which,
Dothraki.
which is whatever's
Two
left of their
dragons.
army too.
Two
Yeah.
dragons.
Yeah.
I think they still got a pretty good chance.
Oh, yeah, for
Well,
sure.
I don't know how much
They're
of their
gonna
army
win.
is left though.
That's true.
That's true. A lot of
Fuck.
people did die,
That's
man.
true.
Do you think it'll be a sneaky battle episode?
I don't know.
Like there won't be an actual battle, it'll just be
Because
kind
I
of
mean,
like.
they are going to be like. I mean, that's what Cersei wanted, right? Let them cripple each other, and then we fucking pick up the pieces.
Did she
Yeah.
have the baby?
No.
It's
Whatever.
too soon. She's not even
showing.
showing.
She's not even showing.
We don't know. That baby?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it'll be more talking. Then we'll get the fight, and then talking.
Yeah.
I think that's what it'll be.
What if they're like,
Scared.
surprise, 10 more episodes?
Fuck!
Dude,
That'd be
insane.
crazy.
That'd be cool. Well, it looks like we'll have to find out next
On
time.
next
On the next episode
All
of Game of
right.
Thrones. All right,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank you,
coming by.
thank
Oh,
you,
shit. All right, come back here. Both
Also,
hands,
I
both
just
hands.
have one last thing to say
Oh, what you
before,
gotta say,
before
Caleb?
we close out.
All right, man.
These are my notes from episode 2. I didn't have any notes for this episode.
You were going off.
Yeah, I was going off memory the whole
Ah,
time.
that's pretty good,
I tricked
man.
you.
We tricked you. I didn't do it either. I didn't do it either. Woo!
Wow. All right.
Oh, I pranked you so hard.
job,
Oh,
man.
you should have seen your face, dude. Oh my god.
Good job, Caleb.
We got that recorded.
Did y'all know?
Yeah. We knew we didn't take notes.
You kept it on.
Yep.
I saw you tapping
Yeah.
it to keep
Yeah,
That's
it
why
on.
I was like, wait, did he really take notes? Like,
Oh,
was
did he do
fucking
those real
with
quick?
us?
He's like, no.
But then I saw it said got episode 2. I was like, oh.
I wasn't even reading.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you got me, bro.
Yeah. I'm glad. I just
Those
wanted
out
you
of
to
memory,
know.
bro.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
good.
remember,
I don't have a
bro.
good one. That's why I was like, Caleb, you do this for
the
me.
Maester, dude. The Maester.
Maester
Maester
Got
records
you,
everything.
That's right.
Got you.
And I edit everything. All right, thanks for coming by, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
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 Baby
Just
doll.
random
like,
baby shots, yeah. I'll make so much money. Oh man, I'm gonna gain so much weight.
But now
You've
it's
already
fucking
gained like
on.
5 pounds, right?
Oh, thanks.
Wow,
Yeah,
right?
for real, fucking
He's
call
like,
me
it
out.
looks good on you, man. The extra weight.
You said the other
Yeah.
day.
No, it's true. 5.
But you can't even tell us.
That's nice.
Can't even tell,
Can't even tell.
man. You sound good.
You sound good.
The fat hasn't hit your vocal cords yet. You sound good.